Dateline, the web, best false equivalency. Number 3, blogger Diana West ranting still against the NFL's hints that Rush Limbaugh should have been dropped from the group bidding to buy the St. Louis Rams by noting the existence of me. Olbermann is a co-host of NBC's Football Night in America, the pregame show that leads into Sunday Night Football. This job, now into its 3rd season, makes Olbermann not a team owner, of course, but certainly a public face of the NFL. So, though I continue to disagree with the league's position against Limbaugh, it does control who owns and who doesn't own its franchises. It vets them assiduously. It votes them in or out per its own bylaws. And if for some reason I had the means or desire to buy into an NFL team, I would expect my public positions about the NFL to be vetted in the same way. Conservatives need to drop this idea that this is a vendetta. The commissioner's wife is a Fox News anchor. The commissioner is hardly a liberal. And Limbaugh was not excluded because of conservatism. He was excluded because of racist things he said about pro football and pro football players. Unless you conservatives think conservatism and racism are the same thing. Dateline New York, number 2, best surprise, Lonesome Rhodes Beck, the man who constantly quotes revolutionary-era philosopher Thomas Paine, thinks he is a modern-day version of Thomas Paine, now claims that various administrations and officials in that administration, join his bogeymen, Acorn and SEIU, in supporting, in capital letters, redistribution of wealth. Think Progress has dug up a quote Mr. Beck probably has not read before from Thomas Paine advocating redistribution of wealth. He says the earth is the common property of the human race, and to make that practical, wealthy landowners should be taxed, made to pay rent on the land in order to, quote, create a national fund out of which there shall be paid to every person when arrived at the age of 21 years the sum of 15 pounds sterling as a compensation in part for the loss of his or her natural inheritance by the introduction of the system of landed property, and also the sum of 10 pounds per annum during life to every person now living of the age of 50 years and to all others as they shall arrive at that age. Redistribution of wealth. And Dateline Washington, number 1 best admission, Dana Perino, the last Bush White House press secretary. Brian Kilmeade was trying to bash this administration for reclassifying Fox News as not a news organization by pointing out how well the Bushies treated NBC and MSNBC, except for when they were writing letters of complaint or when the GOP and McCain threatened to boycott the debate Tom Brokaw was moderating unless there were personnel changes. Kilmeade said, not only did you not go after them, you gave them interviews, as did the president. Gave them all interviews. Read Ronald Reagan's diaries, to which Ms. Perino said, towards the end, we didn't do a lot with MSNBC. That is the case. Wow. She admitted it. Thanks.